The Southeast Showdown, sponsored by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Good evening. The SEC Championship did not go in favor of the Georgia Bulldogs, as you likely saw on CBS earlier this evening. But what happens next? What did Coach Kirby Smart say after losing the longest winning streak in SEC football history? We're live from Atlanta with sports director Dan Booth and Alyssa Lyons after a painful possible end to Georgia's college football playoff hopes.
The two-time defending national champion Georgia Bulldogs came into this year's SEC championship game against Alabama with an opportunity to win their 30th game in a row and have the inside track to the college football playoff.
Dan, when you pit two of the best coaches in college football against each other, it leads for a game that'll leave you on the edge of your seat.
The Benz was rocking with red as far as the eye can see, preparing to explode for a matchup between two teams and two coaches that have a lot of history. Let's get to the first quarter. The Dogs struck first after having zero problem moving the ball down the field. Kendall Milton gets the handoff, finds a hole, and cruises into the end zone, making it 7-0 Dogs early. But after that score, a turnover, a missed field goal, and the inability to stop the run helped the Tide get rolling. Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe threw two touchdowns in the second, including this one to Jermaine Burton right before the half, sending the Dogs into the break down by 10. Let's fast forward to the fourth. Georgia's still down by 10, but Carson Beck throws his body across the goal line on the QB sneak, cutting the deficit to 3. However, moments later, Alabama drove the length of the field in the blink of an eye, answering with a touchdown of their own, extending their lead 27-17. With a perfect season on the line and less than 5 minutes to go, Beck throws a laser to Brock Bowers, who makes a diving catch inside the 10. It's fourth down on the goal line, and Kirby once again calls on Kendall Milton, who forces his way in for the score, keeping Georgia's hopes alive, 27-24. But when it mattered most, the Dogs couldn't stop the Crimson Tide running game, allowing Milroe to run out the clock on the two-time defending national champions. Georgia falls to Alabama in the SEC championship game, 27-24, bringing their perfect season to an end.
We had a few things on offense that we kind of just gave them. I think on defense we had some things that we kind of just gave them as well, as far as just not executing. And that's just how it goes in football. At the end of the day, when you have two evenly matched teams, the margin for error is much smaller.
It's been a great little streak. You know, it's been a while, but you can't win them all at the end of the day. So I know my Dogs. I could feel the hurt in the locker room. I could feel how seriously it impacted not even just the seniors, but even the guys under me like that. So I know how seriously we took it, and I know at the end of the day, my team's gonna get back to work.
The offense was just not as strong as we're used to seeing. Offensive lineman Amarius Mims left early from an ankle injury. Receiver Robert Thomas was seen on crutches, and where they hurt the most, and they paid for it, was lineman Tate Ratledge. Weapons Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey were not 100%.
It's tough, guys. When Brock Bowers doesn't practice for 15 days and Ladd doesn't practice for 15 days and they try to go out in the game, timing and rhythm is critical. They've been in rehab every morning. They wanted to play so bad against Tech, and they couldn't. And they were going to be close today, and they're out there limping around, not 100%, but the game matters to them. The team matters to them.
Bama's upset causes some chaos when it comes to the playoffs. And the Dogs, well, they don't want to be left out.
To come into this game and not finish the way that we wanted to, and kind of leave the destiny of our team in someone else's hands rather than us handling it ourselves. That's hard, but at this point it's out of our control.
We didn't win, so that's the bottom line. We had our opportunity to make our case. We didn't win the game. So whether or not they put us in is up to them.
Head coach Kirby Smart isn't beating around the bush when it comes to the deciding committee.
Look, Bill Hancock said, it's not the most deserving. He said, simply, it's the best 4 teams. So if you're going to tell me somebody sitting in that committee room and doesn't think that Georgia team is not one of the best 4 teams, I don't know if they're in the right profession.
Coming into championship weekend, the two-time defending national champion Georgia Bulldogs were one of the 8 teams that had a legitimate chance to make it into the college football playoff this year. And now, with tonight's loss, you end up having a situation where the future of their season and whether or not they're going to have a chance to three-peat is now in the hands of the committee.
So what we know is that they're going to watch that decision tomorrow. Him and his coaching staff will come in first. They'll watch it. Then they'll bring the players in and decide what to do next based on that. Listen, Kirby Smart hasn't had to deliver a losing speech in 2 years. Last time he did was right in this same location. Tonight he said sometimes you need to lose in order to find out what you can do better.
And Nick Saban, his master, his mentor, everything along those lines that come with Kirby Smart. This team does not need a lot of motivation, especially coming off a loss like this. So we'll find out in just a handful of hours what bowl game the Dogs are going to be playing in and whether or not they're going to be making it to the college football playoff this year.
All right, thanks for checking.
From Atlanta, Dan Booth.
Alyssa Lyons on your side.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Dan and Alyssa, for checking in Atlanta over there. Well, back here in Augusta, many Georgia fans gathered to watch the Dogs take on Alabama. Audrey, you're at a bar with fans hoping to catch thrill victory, but got the agony defeat. What was that like? Top Dog Tavern, being the place where you're at.
Well, it was full of Bulldog fans and a few Alabama fans. Both sides were confident they were going to win. Throughout the game, people were cheering, screaming, and nervously on the edge of their seats. Both teams started off very optimistic.
Go Dogs! Sick 'em!
Roll Tide!
But Top Dog Tavern was full of Bulldog fans.
I really hope they're going to win so that they can make it to the other championship game and that they don't have to stop playing until next year again.
The Georgia Alumni Association of Augusta has met up for every game this season.
We got so many people today, we're like taking over half the restaurant.
And one Georgia fan had his own version of good luck.
I've been wearing the same outfit all year.
What's the reason?
They didn't lose.
Despite Georgia fans taking over almost the entire place, Alabama fans made sure to stick out.
Although my family, my friends are all Georgia fans, I was actually born here in Georgia, moved around a lot. I've been a Bama fan for a very long time.
Throughout the whole game, people were cheering. But there can only be one winner.
I was almost ready to buy next year's t-shirt.
Even though Alabama won, both sides are ready for another matchup next season.
I've almost lost my voice. It has been amazing. It has been an amazing game. To watch them again, SEC championships, ready to go to the championship. And, I'm looking forward to next year, September 28, 2024. We're going to play Georgia again for the season opener, and I'm going to be in Tuscaloosa, I promise you.
That is how you know you have some true football fans as they are preparing for next year already.
Alrighty, tough game to check in on, but thanks nonetheless. Audrey, we're not going to toss things over to First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton. I imagine, unlike the rest of the state, you're feeling a little happier from tonight's result.
Yeah, Craig, I'll have my little spiel. My dad always told me at the workplace you don't talk politics, religion, or football. And so I'm going to try to keep it classy. But yes, my team did win today. Very excited for that. But switching things over to weather, we'll just keep it short and sweet there. But seeing some light showers, mainly this afternoon. I was south of Interstate 20. Most of this is not even making it to the ground. The moisture from the Gulf has really kind of just deteriorated our chances of seeing that rainfall that we were expecting today. Again, mainly south of Interstate 20, and they've seen roughly an inch of rainfall. So again, not a complete bust there for our forecast, but for our more northern counties, just some light rain. It's been overcast though throughout the day today, but here's a little bit of a wider look for us. We have that stationary front kind of over us here in the CSRA, but lots of heavy rainfall coming in from the Gulf. So a lot of the state south of Georgia and into the Panhandle saw lots of rainfall today, but that's going to be wrapping up overnight tonight. Maybe a few showers early tomorrow morning when that cold front moves through, but overall, going to see mostly sunny sky conditions for the rest of our 7-day, Craig.
All right, thanks for the heads up, Emily. Well, officials say 14 people were arrested in Jefferson County after a grand jury returned a true bill decision to indict 20 people on various charges. That happened Thursday on charges ranging from aggravated assaults to gun charges and Georgia RICO charges. Rennes Police Department says some of these investigations have been going on since August of 2022. And the Barnwell County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing woman. Officials say Regina Arroyo is from New York, but could be in South Carolina, Virginia, or New York. They say she is 56 years old and 5 feet 5 inches tall. Anyone with information can call the Barnwell County Sheriff's Office. And the city of Aiken Parks and Recreation hosted the 53rd Christmas Craft Show. That started yesterday and ended today. Christmas crafts and non-seasonal items were on display from local vendors and small business owners. One small business at the Odell Weeks Activity Center spoke about why the Christmas Craft Show is important for building up their publicity.
Oh, absolutely. So a little bit of both. So we do stay very busy pretty much throughout the entirety of the event, but also because we're a small business and we only have limited stores we're in, it's a great way to advertise.
Jason Priester thanked everyone at the activity center, saying they were great, supplying them with the resources to display their store. And the first of 2 times to register at the annual James Brown toy giveaway at the JBA happened this morning. Parents were able to register for children ages 1 through 11 for the giveaway on December 16th. It is the first time since the pandemic it has been held at the JBA, and the daughter of the Godfather of Soul spoke about why the giveaway is so important to her.
My dad was once one of those kids who didn't always get, and so he knew what it felt like to come around Christmas Day and nobody's there. And we want to do our part with our community neighbors and help out so that children can have a big smile on their face.
There's another registration event next Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Now, questions are mounting in Israel after reports say
waiting for interest.
Now, police say a man identified as the suspect in the killing of 3 Los Angeles homeless men is in custody in connection to another murder that happened nearby. A 33-year-old was formally arrested again today for 3 separate shootings in different parts of the city. They say the 4 murders happened over 4 days starting last Sunday.
This person that allegedly killed one person every day for 4 days, just think about that for a moment. The day of his 4th killing, he was arrested. The swift actions of law enforcement undoubtedly saved lives this week.
And they've referred to him as a serial killer and said they do not have a motive for the killings yet. Now, cocaine weighing 1,108 kilograms wrapped in Disney-themed packaging were recovered off the coast of Colombia in South America. Officials said the country's Navy intercepted a smuggler's boat, leading to the drugs to be thrown into the water. Smugglers abandoned their vessel and escaped, and officials said in a statement that a total of 44 packages valued at $36.5 million were recovered.
Still tracking rainfall on the radar, but won't last into our Sunday. We're going to see much better conditions for our work week, and I'll let you know about that coming up soon.
Free barbecue cheeseburger.
Trust meteorologist Emily Acton for your first alert.
Already a fitting game right down to the edge earlier tonight, and I'm hearing the same from the weather. Some parts of the CSRA seeing lots of rain and others getting none. Emily, what was this weekend like, and what can we expect for tomorrow?
Yeah, Craig, we were robbed of some of that moisture. It was a perfect setup for rainfall, overcast skies, and we had a lot of that energy there, higher dew points, but just didn't pan out that way for us again throughout the day today. And that's not for all of us. Our southern counties saw anywhere from ½ an inch to an inch of rainfall, but again, for our more northern counties north of Interstate 20, didn't see as much rainfall there. So kind of a hit or miss depending on exactly where you are, but there's still a few showers in our area, but that's going to be drying out overnight for us. But I want to take a look at those national temperatures. We are a lot warmer than the rest of the nation, naturally so, because again, we are in the south, but it's 62 right now in Augusta, New Orleans, 72, but if you go over to Indianapolis, it is 44, 53 in Lexington, Memphis, 48 right now, so you get a little bit of a difference there. But here's the rainfall that we've been tracking. This is kind of the same pattern that we've seen all day today, but just some light rainfall. Some of this is not even making it to the ground. They actually have some flash flood warnings down in the Panhandle, so kind of closer to the state of Florida and southern parts of Georgia, seeing those flash flood mornings there, but like I said, things are going to be drying off and still remaining muggy for the overnight hours to start off our Sunday. Going to be in those low 60s, maybe middle 60s in some spots, but overcast, and that's going to be the story throughout the day. Going to stay overcast. We'll warm up into the low 70s. I don't think we'll quite reach those middle 70s because, again, going to be overcast skies, not getting enough of that heat from the sun. Then the cloud cover is going to start to break up overnight. So Monday looking a lot better for us. We can see temperatures starting off in the 50s, but warming up into those middle and maybe upper 60s in some spots, but a lot better sky conditions for our Monday. And that trend's going to continue for our work week. Mostly sunny skies, again, for the next 7 days. Once we get through tomorrow, we'll see highs in the 60s, dropping off into the 50s for the middle of our week after a cold front moves through on Tuesday for us, Craig.
A little bit of spring there for our winter. Like to see it. Thanks, Emily. As we head to break, here is a live look at Denver and your winning lotto numbers.
Hardee's new exclusive offers on the Hardee's app. First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
With the holidays coming up, savvy shoppers are turning something old into something new, and it's big business. Used clothing sales are expected to exceed $77 billion by 2025, more than double the amount from 4 years ago. CBS's Elise Preston has more on retail thrifting.
$30. And they're Gucci, and they're fabulous, and they're yes. One person's trash is another person's trend. I found Dior, I found Lace, I found vintage Harley boots in my size, vintage Tommy Hilfiger, and of course, a Juicy Couture. And thrifting TikTok, or Thrift Talk, boasts billions of views and counting. We tagged along with influencer Macy Elaney.
A really good thrift tip is to practice self-control.
She teaches her nearly 500,000 followers how to buy efficiently at thrift stores, estate sales, and yard sales. Her typical shopping trip is less than $40.
Growing up, I couldn't imagine that I would be able to afford pieces like that I looked through fashion magazines lusting over. And then I started going to the thrift store and realized that, oh my God, these items are here. It's not just a random track and field marathon t-shirt that someone donated years ago.
With some discounts of up to 90% off retail, attitudes about thrifting have changed, with secondhand goods now seen as better for your budget and the environment.
Why do you think there have been so many emerging consumers?
Yeah, I mean, it's really a generational shift in consumption. When you look at the young, they care about the planet, they care about sustainability, they care about making good choices for their futures.
Top fashion designers are also taking note of the trend. More than 120 retailers now resell their clothes. For Macy Elaney, fast fashion will never beat the thrill of the hunt.
Alrighty, some crazy trends there. I know that I definitely love the thrift shopping with my own mom and parents going in. $77 billion, though. Absolutely insane industry. Emily?
Well, we saw a few showers today, but not any measurable rainfall for the city of Augusta or the city of Aiken. So no 1-inch rainfall totals for us. I'll have another check on your forecast, though, coming up.
I'm Suzanne Lily Honey-Michael with Hardwood Floors and More. Well, the exposure that WRDW has given us has definitely increased our foot traffic. Everybody's always known about our floors, but now with WRDW and the advertisements, they know about our lighting gallery. It's been a great working relationship, and we truly appreciate everything they've done for us.
Local service with a national reach. Let us show you what we can do for you, on air and online. For more information, visit wrdw.com/advertise.
Starting off our Sunday morning, a little bit on the warmer side, and we'll reach those lower 70s by the afternoon. Mostly sunny sky conditions for our work week. Things are turning a little bit cooler as we have a cold front moving through late Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, we can expect highs in those upper 50s. Overnight lows ranging anywhere from those lower 30s to lower 40s, again, excluding early tomorrow morning. But we'll warm back up by next weekend, Craig. We'll see those upper 60s again. again. Definitely a fall spring forecast, if you will.
Well, thanks for the heads up, Emily, and thank you all for staying up late with us after the game. Georgia fans, take care of yourselves. Be safe tonight. And if you're waking up, be sure to join Ashley Campbell and Chris Still on News 12 in the morning.